And some of these early tournaments, I think that some people are just trying to get their bids in. So as some teams start to fall off, I mean, they're just punching their tickets, so
Right.
they're just waiting for their opponents, right? So once I mean, the super regional is going to do a lot. I mean, unfortunately, all the teams in it can't get in because they probably all deserve it, but that's why there's cool pathways, and that's what I think the NFL is doing so cool with these two different seasons now of tournament, because it does allow different pathways and it does create for a very competitive tournament when it comes down to it. And maybe somebody that qualifies at the Chicago Bears tournament runs the table in the tournament bracket, and all of a sudden they're bringing a championship to Toledo. So
Oh,
it's fun.
who would have ever thought, you know?
Yeah. And how cool was it for all of the kids? I mean, what was it like for them to see that? I mean, it's got to be so cool because you guys have had so much cool things go on. But I mean, the day with the mayor, that must have been a joy for them to understand the importance of what they did and have it not be related to something to sports. I think that that's very important for kids to understand that they can make an impact beyond the field as well. And so it was very, very cool. And I would butcher his name if I tried to say it, but how cool of
We'll
him
just
to
say
bring
man
you guys
away.
in there. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, and how cool of him to bring them in there and at all of these tournaments, especially in Canton, to play at the championships and then to go there and do that. What's it like for the kids? I mean, are they just ecstatic? Are they all different? Or are they all just filled with joy like I would expect?
When I was watching the live and, seen them, you know, I seen the families, I'm watching the lives and I was watching the enjoyment from the families, the kids, the coaches, Coach Jeremy Jackson and Coach Ray Martinez, who coached the the 8U now 9U team. Coach Jeremy Jackson, he's been with me, doing these tournaments for a long time now. So to see those guys accomplish this and seeing the enjoyment, hitting that podium and being called, NFL flag champions, I would be lying if I would have said I didn't tear up. This is
Oh, I
something
bet.
that was, I'm at work. I'm at work and I'm watching this. And my wife, she was making fun of me because I watched the video about 20 times. And I heard, and for them to say, the DJ at the NFL flag championship, just to say, your your NFL flag championship, your NFL flag champions of the 8U division, the Toledo Dirty Birds. I probably watched that about 20 times. Like I had to pinch myself to like, is this real? Like, did we really do this? So, it's again, and then they come home and it's being shared all over social media. So then, the mayor of Toledo, he's got a social media page. He inboxes me and says, "Hey, great accomplishment! Like, great accomplishment. Is this like the first time ever for Toledo?" And I said, 100%. I know the facts that this is the first team to ever do it from Toledo. And he was like, "Well, I would love to do something special for the kids. I would like to make it a national, proclamation day. It would be the Toledo Dirty Birds Day." Um, and so I think, it meant a lot. And I talked to, Elliot from, YYFFA. And, before I made any incorrect statements, and I know he had won it with his group, years ago. So in the state of Ohio, it's only been Toledo Dirty Birds and YYFFA. But I mean, it's just a huge accomplishment. And then to go down there and, hang out with the mayor. I didn't get a chance to do it. I'm not a guy that has to be in the spotlight all the time. It's for the kids. And the kids loved it. The mayor showed them around the office. And they all got these, little awards, a proclamation certificate. So like, that's huge. I mean, as a kid to hang out with the mayor, and see his office and to be recognized as a great youth team, it means a lot to these kids. It means a lot to me. that they represent. But, I know that meant a lot, and I'm glad that, the mayor, Coach Wade, Mayor Wade, reached out to us and made it a special day for those guys.
And that's got to be something they're never going to forget that. That's something that they're never going to ever forget. And beyond the championship, which also they'll never forget, it's just cool to see the involvement from the outside and to see that the community is that involved in your guys' success and accomplishments as well. So, I mean, congratulations. It's absolutely incredible. Um, as we and we'll end here in just a second, but I gotta poke your brain. So your guys' first tournament that you're going to be involved in, how many teams are you taking to Cincinnati?
We just got the 9U representing. They're going to go and do the super regional. We got our 7U team getting ready for Chicago Bears regional. That was the team who won the Junior Olympics. They're our next upcoming team, so that exciting for those guys. And then we have our 8U, our new 8U, getting ready to battle in Indianapolis. So we're getting ready, man. It's tournament season, right? It like never stops, right? So like we're just getting ready, we're preparing, and we're ready to make another run at this thing. And then like back to what we said at the beginning, it's just one of those things where we know that the Toledo Dirty Birds, who just started a year ago, have a target on their back, and we're ready to defend the title, right? I mean, that's what you do as a champion. You have to defend it.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that you can have the target on your back so early. So it's like get comfortable, buckle up, and the kids and your kids will know, right from the get-go, like, okay, we can get punched in the mouth, we can come back from this, and as long as they learn from it, this is gonna be awesome. And no matter what, whether they get there or not, it's going to be an
Right.
incredible experience. And there's so many opportunities. So I know that you guys are going to have obviously a great time at any one of them that you do. I think you guys are going to be just fine. I have a pretty good inclination that you guys will be playing in Canton again next year. At least have a couple teams there. You know what I mean? So, and I feel pretty confident and strong about that. Um, I know you've already mentioned a couple of your coaches already, but give a shout out to anybody you need to, man. I know the coaches are the huge part of this, and I know that it can't happen without them, and most of them are probably volunteering their time. So please let anybody know, how much you appreciate them.
It's definitely a program effort, from our 5U team with Coach Brian, our 6U team with Parker Lopez. They're on their way to be a good team. They're just waiting. They're only 6U. They got to wait till that 8U, but I think they're itching. They're getting ready. And then we have Coach Chad Waters, who does the 8U team along with Coach Corey, and Coach Dave. 8U with Coach Justin. 9U with Coach Jeremy. That was our 8U champions from last year, Coach Jeremy and Coach Ray. And then, it just, rounds off with our girls. I couldn't do this, without Coach Jamar. Coach Jamar is a huge part. Coach Jeremy Jackson and him have been with me since day one, 14 years ago. So for them to be a huge piece of this still means a lot. Coach Kodiak Morris, he does the 12U girls now. And Coach Chad Perkins. So like I can't do this without them, and I also can't do it without the families who keep coming back and
For
believing in the
sure.
program. You see it a lot. It's just you have to keep your core group of kids together, and the families they make those decisions. And I'm just glad that the parents are happy enough to bring their kids back to be a part of the Toledo Dirty Birds and Lady Birds.
It's awesome, and I can't thank you enough for joining me. I know that you guys are going to have a great season. You guys are going to be well prepared. I hope to talk to you again soon. I'm sure as soon as you guys punch a ticket, we'll be talking again. Thank you so much for joining me. I again can't thank you enough, Scott. Scott Schultz, Toledo
Thank
Dirty
you. I
Birds.
appreciate you. Thank you.
You champions.
Yes.
That's awesome, man.
Yes.
Awesome, dude.
All right,
have
have a
a
good
great
one.
night, dude. Thank you so much, man.
You too,
Take care,
bud.
okay?